Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So before I get into this video, I just want to quickly say, if you're new, welcome to our little YouTube family. If you've been here since the very beginning, thank you so much for your continued support. I really appreciate it. And if you just stumbled upon this video and you aren't subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on my upcoming videos. So today I'm going to talk about how I potty trained my 2-year-old, and first I'll talk about the necessities that you'll need, and then afterwards I'll kind of explain the experience and exactly how I potty train her, and if I have any major tips I'll probably include those along the way as well. What you'll need for the potty training process: so number one is the major one, and that's the potty seat. I have ours right here. I'll show it to you guys in a bit. Number two, you'll need pull-ups or training pants. Number three, underwear. Number four, some sort of reward or incentive. Number five, and this only applies if you have carpeting, and in my case I use shower liners, so something to protect the carpet. And the last thing you should have is patience. Depending on the situation that I'm in, I would say I get easily frustrated with little things, so patience is definitely a must for me. And potty training can take from days to weeks, months, even years. In our case, it took 2 months to fully potty train my 2-year-old. This is the potty seat that we use for Jaylene, and if you watch the vlogs then you're definitely familiar with it. I got this last year at Walmart. I think it was $25, $30, or $35, I forgot, but it's just a basic potty seat. They have so many different ones that you can buy. There's like a Minnie Mouse one, a princess one, all sorts of characters, but this is how ours looks like. So it just opens up like that. There's this little like foam thing, so when she sits down it's comfortable. And there's this layer next. Of course it catches the peep and poop. And then there's this one as well. Let me just pull it off. This one you just pull it off, and this is the one that you attach on the toilet seat. And then yeah, that's how it looks like. Of course, once your child is fully potty trained, you might want to get a separate potty seat for them that you just place on the toilet so they don't fall in, and so they're more comfortable. I think the main reason why I got this is because it already comes with a separate potty seat, so I can just place this on the toilet and I don't have to go and spend an extra $10 or $15. The separate potty seats do come in handy as well when you're going traveling, because then you can just take it along with you. When we go out to visit family, Jaylene has no problem just sitting down on the toilet. Of course, I'm holding her. So this is the pull-ups that we used for her, and it's size 2T to 3T. It's by Huggies, and I'm pretty sure most pull-ups have this function. You can just open up the sides. These worked really well. We had no problems with it. She never poops in these at all during the potty training process. And then some of the underwear that I purchased for her, it would be a lot more fun if you get their favorite character, or just fun looking underwear. So we have Dora on here, and this one just has like, I don't know, it's like an astronaut or something. Fun little pictures. And this one has like letters. So, you know, just basic underwear. The fourth necessity that I mentioned was reward or incentives. In my case, I use Kinder Surprise eggs, and I don't give it to her every time she pees or every time she pooped. I just gave it to her once, kind of like the middle of the day. Every time she would pee or poop, I give her a sticker, or I give her like a pack of stickers and then she just chooses one. And that's pretty much how I reward her, to let her know, you know, good job for peeing in the potty or good job for pooping in the potty. You can reward them in any way that you'd like. You don't even have to, but I think it's a little bit more fun and a little bit more encouraging if you do. It doesn't have to be a big reward. Stickers would work just fine. But comment below your fun reward ideas or incentives that you guys have used or are currently using. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about the whole process and my experience with potty training my 2-year-old starting from day 1. So Jaylene turned 2 September 3rd, 2015. I started to strictly potty train her Monday, November 23rd, 2015. So she was about 26 months, almost 27 months. And I say strictly potty training because prior to this I actually introduced her to the potty seat, I think when she was about 18 or 19 months. So I wasn't actually fully potty training her back then. I just introduced the potty seat to her. The very first day of potty training, November 23rd, that's when I laid out the shower liners all over the carpet just to make sure, you know, it's protected when she pees or if she poops. I actually remember all this because I watched the vlog again, so I was talking about, you know, pretty much the timeline of that first week of potty training. That first day of potty training, she had 2 pee accidents, so it was a good thing I had the shower liners on there, or else she would have peed on the carpet. I think at around 11:45 in the morning, she actually peed in her potty, and I completely forgot if I told her to go pee or she went by herself. For her nap time, I kept her in her underwear, and of course when she woke up, she did wet the bed. Before the potty training process, I was debating whether or not I should even consider using pull-ups, because I was thinking that she might get confused. You know, diapers and pull-ups, they look the same, they feel the same, but of course she doesn't know that pull-ups are training pants. So what I did was I just kept her in her underwear, and I did that for 2 nights until I finally bought pull-ups the Wednesday. So basically I kept her in her underwear for Monday night and then Tuesday night, but that was a bad idea because I had a blanket and then I had a towel, but she would wet the bed, so then that equals to doing more laundry. I came to the conclusion that, you know what, it's better if I just keep her in pull-ups. And I also took your guys' suggestions because I asked for your advice in that vlog, I think, and majority of you guys said use pull-ups, it's better, so that's what I did. So the last thing I want to point out from the first day of potty training is that she actually pooped on the floor. And it was funny because I was cooking dinner, she tapped me, and then I turned around and then she was holding something in her hand and it was her poop. So yeah, she pooped on the floor that day. For Tuesday, I actually have my notes here because of course I don't really remember that week, that first week of potty training. So on Tuesday, she had no accidents at all, and in the morning she did give me a hard time, so I kind of had to refresh her memory. After her nap, she peed in the toilet, so she peed upstairs, and then she pooped for the first time in her potty by herself. So yeah, the second day of potty training was the first time she ever pooped in her potty by herself. For Wednesday, the third day of potty training, she peed in the morning and she pooped in her potty at 10:15 a.m. And I actually had to put her in her diaper that day because we went out to buy her pull-ups, and yeah, that was probably the last time she wore a diaper and the first time she wore pull-ups Wednesday night. So for the 4th and 5th day of potty training, which was Thursday and Friday that same week, I was taking notes, but I didn't have anything written down for Thursday and Friday because she pretty much got the hang of it. My only problem was she would pee and she would have accidents in her underwear. She would never poo in her underwear, but she would pee, and my thought was she's probably thinking that because something is there and she's wearing something, it kind of acts like a diaper. So that was my problem. Every time that would happen, I would just keep her naked. I would take off her underwear, but then the following day I would keep her underwear on because I kind of wanted her to understand, you know, we wear underwear for a reason. Before you pee, you have to take it off, push it down, and then when you're done, pull it back up. So I wanted her to understand that. By the end of the first week of potty training, she pretty much got the hang of it. So the second week of potty training, I pretty much just followed the same routine. Of course, ask her if she needs to pee every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or I think by the second week she would go by herself as well. So I didn't really have a problem with that. So for the month of December, specifically early to the mid-month, I would keep her in her underwear all day, and she would wear pull-ups during nap time and overnight as well. So that worked out completely fine. And towards the end of December, probably the last week of December, I just kept her in pull-ups just overnight. So during her nap time, I would keep her in her underwear just to kind of monitor and see how she can control herself, if she does wet the bed or not. And from there, my only concern was a nighttime training. I didn't really know how to go about this process because, again, it's my first time potty training, and I didn't really know how she would understand to not pee while she's sleeping, because of course she's sleeping, she doesn't know. For the last few days of December to the first few days of January, I kind of started trying to observe to see how often she would wet the bed overnight, and I think there were 2 consecutive nights where her pull-ups were dry. I decided to put on her underwear for one night, and I think that night she did wet the bed, so I put her back in her pull-ups. The week of January 4th, I think that was the first full week of January, I decided to keep her in her underwear again for nap time, of course, and overnight. And since then she's been completely fine. Okay, so where was I? So for the month of January, I would keep her in her underwear during nap time, overnight, and all day as well, and she had no problem with that. I think she only had probably 2 or 3 accidents, but that was like early January to mid-January. Every time we were out of the house, I would keep her in her underwear. Of course, I brought extra pull-ups with me just in case, but for the most part she did completely fine with that as well. I think I would say by the end of January she was fully potty trained, because like I said, she had 2 or 3 accidents early to mid-January overnight, but that was pretty much it. For the month of February as well, she had absolutely no accidents, no nap time accidents, no overnight, not even when we were traveling, or even when she would take a nap in the car. I was worried she might wet herself while she was in the car, but that never happened as well, so I was pretty happy about that. And yeah, now we can say I have a 2-year-old that's fully potty trained. So a few little tips to kind of help with the potty training process. Number 1, if your child is not at the point where they can tell you if they have to pee or poo, then just ask them every like 10-15 minutes. And number 2, always have them pee before their nap time and after their nap time, and also before they go to bed and right when they wake up in the morning. Third tip, this might be a useful one or might not be useful, but some parents might say it's better to leave your child running around naked because it's a little bit easier with the potty training process. And I did leave Jaylee naked at times, but at the same time it's better to keep them in their underwear as well, just so they understand the concept of, you know, when they have to go to the washroom, take it off, take the underwear off, and then once they're done, pulling it back up. Pretty sure I left out a bunch of other really important and useful tips, so if you have any other advice or any other tips that I haven't mentioned yet, definitely leave a comment down below, so maybe we can all help each other out and learn from everyone's different experiences. If you're a new mom about to potty train for the first time, or if you're currently potty training, if you're a grandmother that's potty training your grandchild, or if you have successful potty training stories, just comment down below so we can all help each other out. I hope you found this video somewhat helpful, and please don't forget to like it if you did, and subscribe as well if you haven't already so you don't miss out on my upcoming videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!